Discount! Oh, I want a pani puri. Oh, I want a pani puri.
You love the original. Now get ready for part 2 of the trilogy with an all-new star cast, with many familiar faces, and some new ones, and some we didn't really want to see. The Haunting of Chicken Woman? The Chicken Woman has left a trail of countless victims in her wake. But to understand the madness, we must go back to where it all began.
She started from simple beginnings, born to a simple poha maker in the city of Indore. But after moving to Bombay, the city of dreams, she realized she wanted a lot more from life. She got a taste of the good life after parents put her in a private school, and she realized she wanted more than her parents could provide for her. No more did she want to play with goats, cats or deer, she wanted materialistic pleasures. We grew up in together and were extremely close, but when we became friends in school, she was very simple, but I could tell this life wasn't for her. She quickly started to look for ways to make money.
1,000 baht only, please.
What services?
Every services.
And there was a point where she would force me to pay if I wanted to smell her feet. Pretty disgusting behavior by her.
To move herself up the social ladder, she started doing things no one was comfortable with, and we drifted apart. What do I mean? Well, she started an OnlyFans which catered to the foot fetish market. From the start of things, it seemed she was doing very well. New clothes every day, splashing the cash. She had new boyfriends every week, but how long could it last?
We find it important to mention that Billy Shaw too tried to start an OnlyFans for feet. But after getting just a measly 20 likes on her posts, she realized that maybe her big feet were not up to the mark.
Me and Ruchika were friends since we were babies. But I had enough of her after she tried to do some voodoo magic to my wife's mouth. Her mouth hasn't been the same since then.
She was once a famous singer, but now another life stands ruined due to the Chicken Woman's curse. A little birdie who didn't want to be named or shown on TV had some things to say about her.
I dated Ruchika when we were young, but we had to end it quickly once I saw her beat the shit out of an innocent guy. She was sweet but had a fiery side to her.
Oi, put the lights off quickly.
Shit, sorry. Let's now hear from another one of Ruchika's ex-boyfriends.
I am dated Raj in university. And thus I'm scared as I am mainly here to tell world about a more troubled past. I was mock to deal with her very weird nasty fetishes, but she was very violent and we had to break up very soon.
Let's now hear from Ruchika's ex-neighbor, Hridaya Nagpal.
I was going through a hard time. I met her soon after she had to shut her OnlyFans account down. The government had caught her not only for her indecent acts but also for not paying her taxes. She was even briefly arrested. And Ruchika didn't want to her share her money with anyone and had gotten addicted to the good life. This really took a toll on her and she got heavily into drugs.
Let's now hear from Hridaya's twin and famous dancer, Shresh Nagpal.
Me and Hriday could tell she was sweet but trouble. Sweet but After getting out on bail, she used heavy drugs as a clutch, and while the case against her was ongoing, things took a turn for the worse. I met her during my days as a professional dancer. So safe to say I did not do any drugs. Wink wink.
I have never done any drugs, but as an expert I can say all the drugs she took caused her to eat a lot due to things like the munchies. And after all that dancing, it does make one very hungry. From what I've heard,
Which ate my entire pizza, and I was so upset.
she was my sister and I could see her change over time. She went from being a sweet, lovely human to one that was angry all the time, abusing and profanity all the time, and slowly we grew apart. She even started hanging out with very weird people. And it hurt me to see her go down this wrong path. She even became obsessed with potty and started making only shit jokes. How fucking weird is that?
Let's hear from Mohammed, one of India's most famous lawyers, known for his charity work with the mentally challenged community. He has spent years advocating for their rights.
I am Mohammed, not only her school friend but also her lawyer. The case started off well, but when the going got tough, Ruchika fled the city. She was first seen trying to flee the city due to her rising fame, and she was spotted with overweight bags. We had no idea where she was. She became sort of a cult following and became famous like a modern day Catch Me If You Can. She was featured in newspapers and magazines, which made the case even harder to fight. She changed appearances and the police were unable to catch her. One day she was a gangster and the next a creepy Indian lady. Even I lost track of what that bitch was up to. But over time things got scarier and scarier.
We will now hear from one of the most famous investigative journalists in the world, known for his interviews, such as this one with Shweta Khandalwal.
So you have to gargle also.
Think man.
So you just swallow.
Yeah. Smell and think. They give you that much.
So you prefer swallowing to spitting.
Yeah.
He has been tracking the case of the chicken woman since a long time. Let's hear from him now.
Wait, she has an OnlyFans for feet content? What's her username? Asking for a friend. When she found out I was investigating her, she had her thugs come and beat me up. But that didn't stop me. As a journalist I've been following for years. Once she fled the country, I received photos of her from Nepal where she had joined the famous illegal organization Sisters of the Black Moon. The cult may not just worship Satan, but could be trying to awaken an ancient Nepalese demon using a victim's body as the ultimate sacrifice. There were rumors that she wore the skin of her sacrificial victims on her face for fun. Some really creepy shit.
We will now hear from Father Pancho, a man of God who was widely respected and adored throughout the country, until he became a man of scandal. After getting caught having an affair with a nun, it nearly cost him his position, but his reputation as a master exorcist kept him from complete exile. We will first show you the live interview we managed to arrange with the nun in question.
I just have one thing to say. It's not what it looks like.
Let's now hear from him.
Hi, I am Father Pancho, and thank you for having me here today. I would like to go on record and say I've never seen anything like this before in my 40 years of being a priest. I have performed several exorcisms, but a case like the chicken woman has really shook me to the core.
This story is based on true events. We don't know where Ruchika is today, but she has responded to our request for comment.
Kunal Jyoti Kumar Saha, you better not be making a documentary on me again. I do not want to see a part 3, a part 4, a part 5. Stop stalking me, stop obsessing over me. I am done with this, or I'm going to get a restraining order.
We couldn't understand a word she said, and we believe she is talking in the language of the devil. We believe she is still possessed by the soul of a lady born in 1950. Her friends have given up on her, and her family have given up looking for her. She is still wanted by the Indian government, and her OnlyFans has gone viral.